What's going on, everybody? Today's video, I'm actually going to do a house update. They've started construction on my house and they're started the building process. So I'm going to go show you guys around, show you what's been done. I ain't going to show you too much. Just show you enough. And I'm going to tell you some saving tips, how I was able to save up for my to build my own home. So let's go look at the house and then we'll be right back. Alright everybody, this is the exterior of the house and everything's looking real good. I'm going to bring you guys through the garage. So coming through the garage, because I think they had something going on the front door and I ain't want to show y'all my address. I'm just saying. So this right here is the kitchen area. As you can see, it's an open concept like I wanted to get. Lots of windows, lots of natural light. The kitchen we just looked at the kitchen. The dining room was to your right. This right here, what I'm looking at right now, this is the living room space area right here. Looks good. Got all the pipes. I want to make sure everything is nice and airy and done. They did actually a lot more work than I thought they would have, so this one's going pretty fast. So that was the outside area I was looking at. Walking through, coming back through. That's going to be actually a powder room, and we're actually looking at the steps. So that's my front door, and this is what everything looks already together. So up on the top level, looking straight ahead, that was the actual loft, but this right here is the owner's suite. So everything's together. They got both floors together, so pretty impressed. Lots of natural lighting, as you can see over here. About to walk into the owner's bathroom, so it's gonna be double sink right here. It actually has a water closet, and it has a stand-up shower. This right here is the loft area. As soon as you come up the steps, you'll run right into the loft. That open space I was just looking at, that's going to be the actual walk-in closet, and that is to the second bathroom. Straight ahead, we're looking at now is the laundry room. So it's a walk-in laundry space. So pretty impressed with that. This right here is going to be the second bedroom. Nice, decent size. I don't know if my daughter's going to take this room or she's going to take the other room. Who knows? I don't know. So this right here, I'm just looking at, it looks very different seeing the actual bones of the house. See everything, but everything look like they're ready for drywall. The electrical is already in. This right here is the second bedroom. This one's a little bit bigger than the other one. So I think my daughter will probably choose this one, but once again, that's definitely up to her. So that is the first floor, and that's the top floor. I hope you guys liked the tour. Showed you a little bit. I won't show you too much, You guys save everything for the end. Don't want you guys to get too excited. That's my house tour, and I'm gonna tell you guys how I bought my home. Well, not necessarily how I bought my home, but the steps in buying a home. So wrote down some notes here because I ain't want to forget what I want to tell you guys. So keep this page. All right, so steps in buying a home. So first thing you want to do is you want to find financing. What I did was, if you watch my first video on me finding my dream home, I showed you how much money I was going to pay for my house. How I got that number was I actually went to my bank and I said, hey, how much do I qualify for? They looked at my credit, they looked at, they talked with people who talked about themselves, and they was like, okay, you qualify for this amount of money. So that's how I knew what I was looking for. Instead of going out here, finding a $250,000, $1 million house, I'm like, oh, I want that. And they'd be like, wait a minute, you can't afford that, sir. So that's the first thing you want to do. Second thing you want to do is actually find a realtor. Find somebody that actually knows the area, that knows housing, that actually went to school, actually went and got a real estate license, instead of talking to your cousin. He may know a little something about houses, but that's it. But After you do that, your realtor is going to walk you through the rest of the steps on after you find the house and everything else. The third thing is going to be to actually write an offer. You write an offer on the house, your realtor is going to do that, and you say, hey, I like this house. It costs X amount of dollars, but I don't want to pay that price. I want to pay a lower price. You can do that. Why not? So the realtor will do the negotiation back and forth on your behalf, and if you write the offer and the seller accepts it, then boom, you got a house. So now there's some other processes that go inside of once they accept. There's a lot of other things you do. Once again, I'm not a realtor, but if you want me to do a video on that, write a comment. Let me know. I'll tell you do that whole process. This is actually will be the third home that I've purchased. So I know a little something about buying a house. So those are your steps for buying a home. Now, after you do that, my fourth thing is going to say is save you some money. Because you got to move, you have moving expenses, you have sometimes, depending on how you do things, you got to pay for the place that you're staying at now, and then you got to pay for where you're going to. There's closing costs, there's due diligence money, there's inspections, there's a lot of things involved, so you definitely want to have your money ready for you. Now, there's a lot of government programs out there, there's a lot of programs that's going to assist you in buying a home, but you still have to have some money. So that's my fourth thing. My fifth thing is save some money. Save some money, because home ownership is a great thing, but typically you usually go into a bigger space and then you want to change some things around. You may have to buy some furniture, you buy some different things, you want to spruce up the place, you want to make things look a little better, make it your own. So that's why I always say save money, because that's what you're going to do. But speaking of which, let's get into another topic. So another topic is going to be how I save money. So this is my strategy to save money. There's a lot of people out here that has a lot of videos that show you exactly in depth how to save money, but these are the little ways, little things that I do to save money. So first thing I do to be able to save money is write down all my bills. This book right here, I actually have a few of them, and what I do is I write down all my bills for the month and when they're due. So I write down all my bills so I know when everything is due. And then therefore I can total it all up, and I know how much my paychecks, whether I got paid once a month, every 2 weeks, or every week, I write down the money that I get at the end of the month. Once I do that, then I'll know how much money I'm spending just on bills. That's all we're focusing on now, just on bills. Once you pay your bills, then you know how much money you have left over. And from that amount of money, what we're going to do is then you're going to say, okay, how much money do I need to go through the week? How much money do I need for Starbucks or for eating out, or, whatever things that you do. That's how you create a budget. And once you get that money out of there, then you want to put the rest into savings. And then from savings, you can do investing and a whole lot of stuff we can do on there. So I know a little bit about saving, investing, and some other things. Once again, if you want me to do some videos on that, just leave me a comment. You actually want to see if you can lower your bills. So you'd be like, okay, I pay, this rough number, $60 on my cell phone. How can I lower that number? They're like, okay, well, you got 4 phones, or you got 2 phones, and you're paying, your bill is this amount of money, and then you're paying for each phone or each device. Okay, how can I lower that? If I have a Galaxy Note, could I just pay that off instead of paying, the $20 a month? They're like, sure, you can do that. Yeah, the iPhone 11, iPhone 10. If you're watching this in the future, the iPhone 23, you can just pay that off, and then that at least lower your bill by $20, $30 a month. That still give you more money that you can put in savings, that you can invest and do other things with. So after you do all that, then you want to be able to pay off your debts, credit cards, cars, boats, planes, whatever you have. You want to be able to pay those off, because once again, the more money you have, the more money you can invest, the more money you can get, the more money. That's our plan. It's more money. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor, but these are the steps I've used. This is what I've used to be able to come up with a down payment on my house and to be able to afford the place that I live in. If you watched the video and you hung around this long, just give you guys a little bonus on actually getting out of debt. So there's two ways typically really to get out of debt. There's gonna be the avalanche method, and there's gonna be the snowball effect. Now there's a lot of YouTube channels out here, and they can give you details and tell you everything about actually getting out of debt. But just to give you a quick summary on those two methods, avalanche is saying that, you know what, every month if you have 5 credit cards or 10 credit cards, you're gonna actually just pay them off. Every month I'm gonna just focus on one card, and within 5 months I'm gonna be done. 10 months or even 2 or 3 months, however your time frame. I don't know what your situation is, but however you want to do it, you can knock them suckers off and knock it off real quick, fast, and hurry. You know what, I'm tired of debt, I'm tired of doing this, you can knock it out. The second way of doing it is snowball. Is like, say if you have 5 credit cards, what you want to do is you want to focus on just paying the minimum balance on those 4. You never want to pay the minimum balance. Just as a side note, because I know some people in the comments like, what? You telling them to pay the minimum balance? No, I'm just saying if you have a goal, because you want to take the rest of that money and you want to actually focus on the 5th card. What you want to do is you want to pay that off as soon as much as possible, quick, fast, like you would in the avalanche method, but it's not putting a lot of strain on you. It's not causing you to, shop generic or, not eat ramen noodles for a month. But like I said, it's a way of doing it, and it's a little bit more comfortable than the avalanche method. But what you're gonna do is pay that card off while you pay the minimum balance on those 4. Pay those off. Then all right, we got that one done. Boom, we only got 4 left. Then that frees up some more money that you can put on the 4th credit card. You pay that off, boom. Then you pay off that one, and that one, and then you go. Now that's the method that I chose to do when I started working on my credit, and I started actually learning about money and learning how to save. So it was a little bit more comfortable than the avalanche. I was like, what? I got to have my Starbucks. I got to have, my whatever I was doing at the time. Oh yeah, I used to go out a lot. I used to go out, I like to be out, I like to socialize. That was more important than credit. Like, credit, what's that? I don't know what it is. That's some fictitious creature, but credit is very important. But yeah, those are the methods that I do, that I've done. So once again, I'm not telling you guys anything that I don't do myself. I promise you, I've messed up some credit, boy. It was at one point in time you had to staple some stuff to my credit. My credit was so messed up, so I went, all the way to it can't go no lower. I went to like a 530. I don't think that's a number, but I was down there, and now bring mine up all the way up to having good and excellent credit. So yeah, so I know a thing or two. But if you want more videos about that, put a comment, let me know, and I can definitely do some videos on budgeting, saving money, and getting yourself ready for home ownership. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.